live at 11.
Top of the ticket. Tonight, former President Donald Trump made his first public appearance after being injured in an assassination attempt. The Republican nominee for president pumping his fist at the RNC as the crowd cheers. Mr. Trump attended the first night of the convention in Milwaukee with a bandage on his ear.
The former president arrived backstage before walking through the floor of the convention. He stood by his family and greeted his newly announced running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. Just hours ago, the pair were formally nominated as the GOP ticket for the 2024 presidential election. Mr. Trump did not address the crowd tonight, but he is expected to speak at the convention on Thursday. The second day of the convention tomorrow will focus on immigration.
Local political analysts are weighing in on Mr. Trump's VP pick and whether the choice will help gain those coveted independent voters.
Action News anchor Nick Garcia is at the live desk tonight with a closer look at Senator J.D. Vance. Nick?
Warren Margot, former President Trump's decision to choose a running mate came down to the wire. ABC News has learned Ohio Senator J.D. Vance was only given about a 20-minute heads up, but the party fell in line nominating him for vice president on the Republican Party's ticket.
For the office of Vice President of the United States, Senator J.D. Vance.
39-year-old Ohio Senator J.D. Vance and his wife appeared on the convention floor in Milwaukee on Monday and was officially nominated by the Republican Party for Vice President of the United States. Vance served as a Marine in Iraq before graduating from Yale Law School. He worked as a venture capitalist in San Francisco before returning to Ohio to run for Senate. Vance is also known for his best-selling memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, and if elected, would be one of the youngest vice presidents in history.
He's probably the future. He's a future for the Republican Party. I like that. I think that for a president and vice president, it's kind of like a marriage. You know, you got to be able to get along with each other. And if that's President Trump's pick, then I'm good with that.
Back in 2016, Vance was a vocal critic of the former president. The senator now says Mr. Trump proved him wrong. The decision to put Vance on the ticket, not surprising to some Democrats.
Considering the type of politics that Donald Trump has been participating in, it made sense that of his choices, J.D. Vance would be the one that he would select. I think they're very aligned on a lot of their political thinking.
Perea and other political pundits believe the tight election will come down to swaying independent voters.
And those voters in both parties are undecided. I think it didn't do anything to accomplish that other than to just clearly define their agenda.
For some Republicans, they're happy to see a younger person in Vance on their party's ticket.
For my children, for my grandchildren, I want some solid, steady, business-like people running the country. I mean, I would feel really good about that.
And Senator Vance is scheduled to take the stage at the Republican National Convention on Wednesday night. Former President Trump will speak on Thursday. From the live desk, I'm Nick Garcia, ABC 30 Action News.